We all feel the fear. The difference between someone who is actually successful and makes a headway in their gifts and abilities that God has given them, doing the things that they're called to do in the marketplace, is that person who proceeds in spite of the fear. False evidence appearing real. So it's false, but there's an evidence of it, and it appears real to you. That's exactly what fear is. Let's focus on the false part. The part that it says it's false. That means it's non-existent. It's evidence that doesn't actually have any tangible hold on reality. So when you're afraid, it's just you grasping at straws. And fear is a real thing. I'm not here to dismiss your fear or your ability to doubt yourself from time to time. We all feel the fear. The difference between someone who is actually successful and makes a headway in their gifts and abilities that God has given them, doing the things that they're called to do in the marketplace, is that person who proceeds in spite of the fear. Courage is moving forward, not because you're not afraid. It's moving forward in spite of fear. And as we all know, courage is the direct opposite of fear. So when you're afraid, it's okay to embrace it. In fact, what I tell my students is, I need you to process the root cause of that fear. I need you to be able to sit with it and understand where it's coming from. Because if you understand the root cause of the fear, you'll be able to get rid of it a whole lot faster. For the most part, a lot of people find out that the fear is completely unfounded. It's just a figment of their imagination. It's just stories that they're telling themselves based on the thought processes that they have allowed to fester in their mind. The fact that sometimes we believe that people are not going to like us, people are not going to show up for us, people don't care about us, and we have told ourselves that story over and over and over again, we start to believe it, and then fear sets in and takes a strong grip and a hold on us. It's not the fact that you don't feel fear or be afraid from time to time. In fact, my mentor has told me that if the goal and the vision that you have in front of you does not scare you, you need to go back and rethink what those goals really need to be. Because what you set in front of you needs to absolutely terrify you as a human being. And that is the place of understanding that while you're setting out to achieve this extremely lofty goal, you don't have the ability within yourself to achieve it all by yourself. And that is where I always tell you, you have to get in alignment and connected to the gift giver. Because first of all, overcoming your fear is not something you can do alone. With the human abilities that we have, we're always going to feel fear. We're always going to be afraid. We're always going to have those self-doubts. Have you ever heard about the imposter syndrome? That is the syndrome of really feeling like an imposter when you actually belong in a certain place, doing what you're called to do, but you feel like you're not qualified, but you might even be overqualified. And you are exactly where you're supposed to be. But imposter syndrome sets in, telling you a wrong information about who you really are. So understanding the root cause of fear is the first thing that you need to do. And then processing it and understanding that, okay, you need to get rid of it because it doesn't serve you. And sometimes fear serves you to keep you cautious and humble. So there is a use for fear after all, right? It's not allowing it to destabilize and cripple you and keep you paralyzed and immobilize you from moving forward, doing what you need to do, taking that action step to do the needful every single day. The action steps or the task that allows you to move your business, your life forward, the ability for you to use your gifts every single day to be a blessing to others so that you can get value in return. You never allow fear to do that. But fear is also a thermostat to help you check yourself, to help you maintain your humanity, stay grounded. Knowing that you're still human and you have to stay humble and you have to check yourself from time to time, knowing that you cannot do this all by yourself. That's why there is no I in team and there is no I in success either. There is a us in success, because success takes just you doing it all by yourself. You're never alone. On this journey to greatness using our gifts and our abilities, we need to stay aligned and connected to the gift giver. Number one. Number two, we need to build a strong community around ourselves. Those are people who truly believe in the mission and the vision that God has given us. I call them your main inner circle. Those are the people that you're able to take counsel from. You're able to bounce ideas off of. They're not going to talk down on who you are, what you're trying to do. They're not going to discredit your viability in doing the things that you know you're called to do. They're always going to be there to give you the truth and the facts of the reality that you're facing. But then they're also going to be there to cheer you on, to say, look, whatever you need, we got you. Have you ever been around those people who are always so quick to highlight the problems, why things are never going to work out, and all the negative things that you have to look out for, the road bumps, but they don't ever come to the table with a solution? It's one thing for someone to present a problem to you, instigating fear inside of you, but also saying, you know what, I know this is scary. I know this is difficult. I know what you're about to do. No one has ever done it before, but guess what? If anyone can do it, you can do it. Those are the people you want in your inner circle. Those are the us that I mean. When you surround yourself with the right people. You know, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. So when you surround yourself with sharpened minds, with like-hearted and like-minded people, you all will be sharpening each other from time to time. And that way you get to your destination a whole lot faster. Because if you want to go fast, you go alone. That journey is lonely. And that's where we hear people talk about it's lonely at the top. No, it ain't. You just haven't cultivated the right relationships. So when you get to the top, you're alone. But if you want to go far, if you want to go really, really far, you go with people who can help you along the way, and you can help them along the way, and you guys work together to get further, faster together. God did not create us to isolate ourselves. Fear is one thing that isolates people. So when you experience fear and doubt in your journey, you need to be surrounded with the right people, because oftentimes we might need to be reminded who we truly are. Do you know people around you who see something in you that takes a bit of time for you to see in yourself? They see that greatness way long before you even begin to see it. Those are the people I'm talking about. The people who speak life into you. The people who speak authenticity into you. The people who keep you grounded when you're going way off, like when the balloon is carrying you and your feet is off the ground. They pull you down, they burst the balloon and say, hey, stay grounded. Stay here, because here is where you're going to rise up. Those are the people you want in your mastermind, in your inner circle. So fear is real. Self-doubt is real. But because it's real does not mean it's tangible. It's false evidence appearing real. So let's not hold on to the false things. Let's hold on to the truth of God's word that says who we are. That we are the apple of his eye. That we are those that he has appointed and chosen for such a time as this to shine his light in the world. And how do you shine your light? You show up every single day in the marketplace, giving your gifts in form of value, service to others, so that you can in turn be blessed with so much more value. You know, if you help enough people get to where they're trying to get what they're trying to get, you will have everything that you ever wanted in life. So let's take this word today and be encouraged to know that we're going to move forward in spite of the fear, in spite of the doubt, because it's false. It doesn't exist. It's there as a caution light to keep us grounded, to help us check our rearview mirror, our side mirrors, to know that we're going on track and we're on the right track. But it should never be a stop sign that stops us in our tracks or limits us to create a barrier of how far we can go, how high we can rise. No. That's not what it's for. Let's use fear appropriately. But courage, moving forward in spite of it, that's really what we need to embrace, because the righteous is as bold as a lion. All right, guys, I hope this word really blesses you today. And I hope that you're going to keep moving forward in 2025 in spite of the fear. Embrace it, deal with it, put it where it needs to belong, and step out into the greatness that God has for you. Your gifts are waiting. The world is waiting to experience the greatness of your gifts. Stop hiding it under a bushel. You have so much potential to offer the world. If you don't know where to start, join us in the gifted community. Discover your gift. First things first. Secondly, build a relationship with the gift giver, and he gives us the light that shines the way in the path that we need to go to express our gifts in the marketplace. And every other thing kind of follows, because the journey into purpose, your journey, my journey into purpose, is a lifetime journey that we have to take. We don't take it alone. If you take it alone, you're going to burn out. You're going to die out faster than you ever thought you could. But if you take it with the right people, having the gift giver hold your hand, trust me, you're going to get to your destination. That is your destiny. And you're going to achieve all that God created you to achieve. And at the end of your life, you can look back and be like, okay, I did this. This was a life worth living. I'll leave a legacy behind. When people think about me, they're going to remember that I came through this world and I left it better than I met it. As always, I love you. Bye, guys. Mwah.